to SCAN. I'm Pat Bohse, the Executive Director of SCAN, which stands for Social Community Activities Network. SCAN provides active adult exciting social activities, information and referral services here at the Hub, which is located at the Monmouth Mall. And we also promote socialization, education, and technology, which we will be talking a lot about today because it is a new niche for us, but one that we absolutely embrace and are excited that we are able to provide it in Monmouth and Ocean County. So with me today is Andrea Tarr, who is the program director for all of SCAN's programs, but especially for our SCAN on Wheels, which is one of our new divisions. So welcome.
Thank you, Pat.
So I am excited to talk about technology because it's probably the most challenging program for me that we have. Yeah. But I'm just, really happy about how it has developed over the last year and a half. So maybe what you can do is tell the audience a little bit about how we started into this field of technology.
Yeah, we got our start, is it 2 years? Is this our third?
2 years.
2 years ago, we were one of 7 organizations who participated nationally in a pilot program with Verizon and the National Council on Aging. And so as part of this program, we had the opportunity to go to Freehold to find 25 people, right, who were low income and certainly had not had much of a brush with technology ever. And they got tablets, and they got, actually wound up being 2 years. 2 years of weekly meetings, basically, except for the summer. And we had a lot of technology coaches. So those people really got the Cadillac of our programs. So it became very obvious after that that people in the community really needed our services, wanted our services. And really prior to that, we hadn't done a lot in our local communities. So that was really where we kind of got our start to say, let's get out there.
So that's when SCAN on Wheels was created.
Yes, SCAN on Wheels, on Wheels.
We decided that instead of asking our members and customers to come to us here at this location, that we really needed to go to underserved communities throughout Monmouth County. And as a result of that, we were able to secure some additional funding from Affordable Housing Alliance, who is a wonderful partner of ours. So is the YMCA of Weston Monmouth, where our satellite is now housed.
Yes,
but with this additional funding and we having some experience now in technology teaching and tablets, and I probably know more about tablets and SIM cards than I care to.
Yes.
Because every provider of these services have their wonderful locked little SIM cards in every tablet that they probably distribute. So it took us a while to understand the keys to success.
It did.
But as a result of that, we're now able to give away to limited income seniors tablets. Maybe you want to show our fabulous tablet that we give away.
Right, so this is, while it may not be this exact tablet, but this is the size of our tablets. We're giving away large tablets because we realize that our population might not have the best of eyesight. So these are working out very, very well for us. So most of these people have never done anything with technology before. This is really a brand new thing for them. And I think just about everyone who's been in the program has really embraced it. We've tightened it up to an 11-week program, successful aging and technology. So there's 2 different parts of it. But it's, roughly 50-50, the technology and the healthy aging. But every week, wonderfully excited faces, every week something new to talk about, and it opens the world.
So everybody who comes to our classes winds up with an email account, a Skype account, and a Facebook account.
And other things as well, but I mean, I'll say that email is really kind of the core of everything.
Right.
For some people, they'd heard about it, they'd never done it, and it's, of course, they're learning it's a great communication device. And Facebook was an obstacle for a lot of people because there was this Facebook fear. But on the other hand, they wanted to be in touch with their family, their friends, their grandchildren. That's what a lot of people have said to us. I want to be part of the world. I want to be in touch with my grandchildren.
So we have been in several communities. We've been in Neptune, we've been in Long Branch. Presently we're in Red Bank, and we're going to Kingsburg.
We're headed to Keensburg, hopefully Asbury Park,
Yep.
and then
Back
back
to
to
Freehold.
Freehold.
So we have a waiting list to 2018 for this particular program, and
Yeah.
it's being requested for us to go into Ocean County. So we'll see. But so that's our SAT program, and that kind of got us into this whole conversation about technology. So as a result of that, last year we had our first technology fair, which we had here.
Right.
We had over 100 people participate, and we will be having our second Get Wired technology
Wired, right.
fair here at the end of the month. And we're really excited because we have some renowned national speakers who will be coming to talk about technology, about safe homes, about telehealth. In the future, guess what? You'll never even have to go to the doctor's office. You can Skype in and get all your vitals done over the internet. And
Something to look forward to.
And probably get a prescription as we speak. So we will talk about that. And then the other piece in the technology fair is that we're going to be bringing some gadgets to the table. So I do have here one, which is called Echo, which is the Alexa gadget. I have to tell you, this is my personal one. So I love Alexa. She keeps me company. She plays whatever I want when I want it to be played.
Mm-hmm.
She's able to make phone calls for me in regards to places or people that are programmed into my computer. It's all technology driven, so it's really important that people get past the fear of technology because a whole new world opens up. So we'll show Alexa, and we'll show a lot of other kinds of opportunities like talking pillboxes and of course those wonderful necklaces that you can press if you need help.
Right,
So,
of course.
So we're really excited about that. With that said, I really want to talk a little more in regards to the transformation we're doing here at SCAN. We just had a technology audit done, so we will hopefully be upgrading all of our computers on site, including
Cue the applause.
including the computers in our technology lab, so that our wonderful TV students will be able to learn how to edit TV shows. We just recently purchased all of the editing equipment, and of course now we know that some of our computers are so old that
Right,
it can't
can't-
handle
yeah.
it, so we
Yeah.
will be working on that. But don't fret, there is at least 2 of them that we can get operational pretty quickly. But the other thing with the technology audit, we're looking to be able to Skype, that we can go international and meet with people and talk to people throughout the world and bring them to our center so that we can do some exchanges in regards to how people live in other places and how our seniors are dealing with everyday situations in life. So we're really embracing this technology. We're also looking to work with some other programs out there in regards to VNA, Monmouth Medical Center. They have a lot of telehealth programs right now that they need community partners, and we might become one of those.
Very
So
good.
we're really pleased with that. So in regards to, again, technology, what are some of the lessons learned? Tell us a little bit about the coaches that you have in the SAT program.
We have about 6 people now who are
What is a coach?
right. What is a coach? We have about 6 coaches. Coaches are technology savvy people who, some of them are from SCAN, some of them are from Monmouth University. And what they're doing is kind of like, I'll say, working the room. You know, when someone has a question, and there's lots of them, you know, a hand goes up and a coach goes over and gives you a little bit of one-on-one assistance. And then at the end of every session that we have, there's always a lot of people who simply didn't ask their questions during the lesson, so they need a lot of, some people just need a lot more attention, and that's where the coaches really come into play. They'll spend as much time as they need helping them do really whatever you want as far as getting your tablet up to working, and just helping you, how do I send the email? Wait, how do I add a picture to Facebook? how does this camera go? So they're really invaluable. Otherwise, I just don't know how we could possibly do it with the coaches.
So tell us a little bit about the coaches that we have from China.
Yeah, this is the second time now that we have coaches from China. They're from Monmouth University, and well, naturally, they're graduate students, and of course, I feel like they know everything. They just do, but they're wonderful. They've been great with all of our, our participants. Maybe they see everyone like grandparents, but they're warm and friendly, and they're just right in there. In fact, I had mentioned to you these three. One of them was with us in Freehold, and the other two are new to us. And everyone has just really bonded beautifully. And we're actually having a little international dinner with the coaches, and I'm very excited about that. They want to introduce me to some of their Chinese, to some of their cuisine.
And so what's happening with the seniors and learning Chinese and vice versa?
Well, in Freehold, what we did to make things, to give things a little extra punch, every week I had Ellen, one of the Chinese students, she would teach us a Chinese word. And it was fun. It helped to introduce them to the class, and it just made things more interesting. So that was something that we'll repeat again.
Yeah, and we're really excited because we're going to have one of our coaches or students here in a little bit as far as our next guest. But I really would encourage that the audience or members, if you would like to learn technology, we have classes here on a regular basis on tablets, and again, we have some coaches on helping you with your smartphones. Sometimes I don't feel very smart when I'm using my phone, but it has so much potential, so we're really excited about having the additional help. The other is that we really would love for you to stop in, come have a tour of SCAN, see what we have to offer.
Say hello to us.
Tell us what your needs are so that we can absolutely program that in the near future. And then if you're interested in participating in any of our SAT, Successful Aging and Technology programs, please call us to see if there's an opening. The number here is 732-542-1326, or you can go to our website, which is scannj.com, and find out when our classes are being held and the vicinity that they're being held in, so that if you choose to participate, you can fill out an application. Right now, we're in probably week 4 or 5 of our present location. We'll be going to Kingsburg in the near future. So we're going to be taking a break right now. When we come back, we have a fabulous student from Monmouth University who's been with us for at least the last 6 months, who will share her experiences about working with our members. Thank you.
So, if you're over 65, like me,
and active and fairly healthy,
being active and healthy alone will not protect you.
Remember, the immune system weakens with age.
And if you're over 65, ask your doctor about your vaccination options.
we want you to be healthy and active.
Welcome back. This is Welcome to SCAN. My name is Pat Bohse, and we have with us one of our wonderful interns, university interns from Monmouth University, with us for this piece of the program. I really wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about our intergenerational program that we have developed with Monmouth University. Monmouth University is a member of SCAN's Board of Directors, and we have the honor of having Linda Gonzalez on our board, who represents or works with all of the students in regards to placement for work opportunities and other kinds of activities. And for the last 6 months, as we keep developing our technology program, and as it becomes perfectly clear that we need to work with the present generation as far as getting up to speed on what technology can do for us, we have embraced that. I must say that last year when we did our technology fair, we had 23 volunteers come from the university.
That's great.
It was great, and we broke them up in 2 rooms. There was an iPhone room and there was an Android room.
Important.
And so I have to tell you, all the students were in the iPhone room and all the seniors were in the Android room. And not that they couldn't work together, but they finally hooked up. But it was just amazing to see that. And we weren't sure if it would work. We weren't sure if, seniors would show up with their phones and their tablets. And we weren't even sure if we would get volunteers from the university. And it just came together. So it was the turning point for me in regards to that this is a win-win. And so we have embraced that. And besides having coaches for our SAT program, and SAT stands for Successful Aging and Technology, not the test we used to have to take when we were in school, that we needed to bring some of the students here to the hub, which is located at the Monmouth Mall. And so with that said, Rayn, and I'm going to ask her to introduce herself, has been with us for 2 semesters, and I really want you to meet this fabulous individual who has brought a lot of good information here to our members, but also I want to talk about where she's going after she graduates this year from Monmouth University. So welcome.
Thanks, Pat. I'm happy to be here.
I'm really happy that you're here. So now tell us your name.
So my name is Rayn Dudzikowski.
And you are a senior at Monmouth University.
Yes.
You're specializing in?
I'm a health studies major with a minor in sociology.
And what does that mean?
It's very broad, and I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, kind of figuring it out. I definitely know that I want to go into health advocacy. So everything that you're doing at SCAN is really inspirational, and I really like being here.
And we love having you with us. So before we talk about the technology, just explain to the audience where you're going when you graduate.
Well, my plan is to apply to the Peace Corps this year. And if everything goes accordingly, I want to be a community health advisor in Madagascar. So I would be living in Madagascar for 2 consecutive years, which is pretty scary, but really exciting as well. And there's a lot of really amazing work that the Peace Corps does. So I'm just really happy to potentially be a part of it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're going to encourage you to do whatever you need to do, and
Thanks.
we'll support you and write any of those letters that you need for you to get into those wonderful opportunities.
Thanks.
So 6 months ago, you heard about, how did you hear about our program? How did you come to our table?
Well, it's really interesting, actually. I was part of a class called Human Aging last semester at Monmouth, and it was a service learning class, which means that we integrate seniors into the classroom to learn with the college kids. And it was a really unique experience for both the seniors and the students. It was very apparent the differences in the kind of students that both the seniors were and the college kids were, because the seniors are raising their hands and they're excited and they're asking questions and they're adding these personal anecdotes to a lot of the things that we were learning, because it's very pertinent to their lives, of course. We were talking about a lot of the issues that they deal with every day, medication issues, relationships with their doctors, all of those things. And because it was so important to them to learn all of this new information, I figured it's important for them to learn everything that they want to know about. And so Linda Gonzalez came to me after the class because she knew I really enjoyed it. And she asked me if I'd like to be a part of SCAN's technology program, to be a technology coach here, and I said absolutely. And at first, it's really interesting that you said before you were surprised at how many people came to the technology fair. And I was really surprised at how quickly people responded to my available hours here. They immediately started signing up. I ended up staying 2 or 3 hours late every single time that I was here last semester.
Yeah.
Just because people were signing up. They were taking advantage of the full hour, the one-on-one interactions we were getting, and they really, really enjoy it. So that's how I got involved, and I'm glad that I've stayed with it because you can tell how much they love it.
So yes, so what had happened last time was that we had this, was new to us too, so we had this sign-up sheet that got kind of weird.
Yeah.
And we had 2 other technology coaches, and you seem to be everybody's favorite, so that was good. And as a result of that, share with the audience some of the issues or questions that came up with the seniors, some of the aha moments for you and for the seniors, and some of your recommendations going forward.
Well, those are a lot of questions. Well, they come every single week with a list of things that they want to learn. Because usually I just say, what do you want to know? Because there is so much you can do with your iPhone now, with your tablet, with your laptop, with your Android, whatever it is. And the questions range for something as basic as, what is a text message versus an email? I got that question yesterday, actually, which was really interesting because that's not something you think about very often. You can do a lot of the same things with both of those. But breaking it down, really talking about everything, going through and showing them everything, having them hold the phone, having them press all of the buttons is really important, because then they take that home and they practice it on their own, which they love. Every time I tell them how to do something, they write down step by step everything that I'm saying so they can go home and teach themselves again. We practice through everything a few times, and they really like that the one-on-one is more intense. I'm very patient with them because it does take a long time for them to learn this stuff. I know it just because I use it every day, and they're just starting to do that.
I'm sure that they love that you're not beating them up
Yeah.
and saying, you know, I told you this already.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because we know that
Yeah.
often, and I can vouch for this because my daughter gets very frustrated with me sometimes. I mean, I'm tech savvy to a point, and then there's other times I just don't even want to think about
Yeah.
it or do it.
Yeah.
Not that I can't, I'm sure
Yeah.
that I can, but I
Yeah.
don't want to. So I think that's a really big added attraction, is that, you know, they're not being told by their children or their grandchildren,
Yes.
like, you can't get this,
Yeah.
or, you know, I told you this 4 times, and so
Yeah.
I appreciate the patience here, and I'm sure they do too.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, I don't know, it's really great. I can see them grow. I've built relationships with all of these people. They love coming, and I love coming to see them.
I know that we have one senior who like books every week, and I'm saying
every single week at
said,
the same time.
You really have to open up the slot for other people, but she just, you know, needs to be reinforced. And learns, and she wants to learn. Everyone wants to learn a lot.
They really, really do. They want to learn how to use all of this stuff, which when family members just rip the phone away and they say, oh, just let me do it, that takes away from their experience, and then they will never learn, and you're always going to be taking it away from them.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely, she comes every single week, and she has new questions every single week. We're not just going over the same things. She does go home. She does internalize everything. She does figure out a lot of things on her own, which she loves. She'll come back and she'll say, look at what I learned. Look at what I've been able to do. I've downloaded this app from Kohl's, and now I go and I use my coupons. Because a lot of the things that you can do with your phone just makes life more convenient in so many different ways. And so them learning how to use all of those things is awesome.
So my new best friend is Alexa, which is Echo. And so I do know that if we program it appropriately, it'll make phone calls for us.
Yes.
And so when we talk about mobility, because we're going to be doing a mobility fair, and we're really working with Uber in regards to making transportation available, that Echo can call and get you a car as long as you're all set up and your credit cards in there so it can be paid for. So those are the kinds of things we want to continue to do and teach people. And I'm sitting here thinking that maybe we might even do a video of all of the stuff that we're talking about as far as how to do it step by step. The common questions, so that we can kind of give that out. Because I do know that you're leaving us in a couple of months.
I am, unfortunately, yes.
And not that we won't have other students, but again, seeing that you're their favorite, we can keep you here for perpetuity. So any other things besides texting and email that come up regularly as far as the conversation?
I mean, even just taking a picture, how to edit it, how to send it to other people, basic things on your phone like screenshotting something, that has been super great for them to learn. I mean, there was this one woman who came in and said that she wanted to tell her family that she was leaving to go on a trip. And she was like, how do I get this information to my family to let them know where I'm going to be, when to pick me up, all that kind of stuff. And so I said, well, you can just pull up your itinerary on your phone, screenshot it, and send it to everybody. She didn't know that you could do that. So there's so many little things that you don't even think about every single day that I do that make my life easier that they just haven't discovered yet. And so they get really excited to learn all this information and to share it with all of their friends. So it really just, it's a ripple effect that just kind of keeps going. And they tell their friends to come see me, so it just kind of keeps going, and it's awesome.
And they can continue to do that, and
Yes.
we're excited. So we
Yes.
only have a minute left.
Okay.
I mean, I know the time went really fast. So if
Yeah.
there's any parting words you'd like to tell us in regards to don't be afraid of this.
Oh yeah, you're not going to break anything. Just keep trying, keep working with it, keep figuring out new things you can,
Okay.
and come see me.
Great. And again, Rayn is a volunteer. I mean, we've been talking about volunteerism forever. We're always looking for new volunteers. We're hoping to get a lot more students to come help us, both in Monmouth and Ocean County, because we're going to Ocean this year. So please stop in at SCAN. We're located in the Monmouth Mall in the basement. Our number is 732-542-1326. Come take a tour. Come meet Rayn and some of the other students. Bring those smartphones and those tablets, and we'd be more than happy to get you through the whole process so that you're not beat up by those who love you and you love them. So again, thank you, and I wish you the best in
Thank
your future
you.
endeavors, and you always have a friend with us.
Thanks.
Thank you, and see you next time.